What's going on, everyone? I have a very important message to all of you. Well, more of an information. Lately, there is something I like to talk about. We all know this infamous company called 4Kids. It was a group that in the late 90s and early 2000s used to produce anime for us and edit it for children to watch on children broadcasting stations. So now, throughout the years, we have a lot of infamous reputation of 4Kids. A lot of people seem to always shitpost about it, saying how, oh, don't we have horrible dubbing like 4Kids, or have crappy editing, or why they take this part out, why Sanji has a lollipop instead of a cigarette in his mouth, why is there a sandwich rolling down a hill instead of a rice ball. These questions will be answered right now. This video is to defend 4Kids. It seems like no one understands why 4Kids did what they did. Instead of hating on 4Kids, I believe more people should be thanking it. And here's the reason why. Okay. As we all know, anime comes from Japan. And 4Kids, the company saw it and they said, hey, this is very interesting. This looks good. It's great to have action cartoons. You know, more action. Since Japan has worked on a lot of projects with America to make their cartoons, they wanted to help Japan out to spread their stuff, like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh!, Shaman King, and the list goes on, people. As you know, we did some editing. And so because of that terrible editing, people are always hating on 4Kids. It has this terrible reputation that it does right now. The question is that you don't understand why they did it. In the first place, you have to understand that. 4Kids did what they did in order to help us out. And let me explain. During the late 90s and the early 2000s, there's this thing, I don't know, 9/11 happened, you know, the Twin Towers and stuff. That happened. During that time, everyone was scared. All of America did not trust no country. No country. Anything that had any reference to any other country or culture, America didn't want nothing to do with it, especially the parents. But however, at the same time, 4Kids was about to air tons of anime. So they're like, holy shit, what do we do, man? We're gonna get our asses sued. So, but yet again, they wanted to produce anime for us. So in order to do that, they had to completely throw out all the Eastern stuff out of it. Almost all of it. They try to keep some of it the best way they can, but they had to throw out the stuff. Like, they had to be really cautious, because during this time, America wanted nothing more to do with no other country. Especially Japan and the Middle Eastern. They wanted to do nothing. Plus, they had to make sure they had to level down the violence. So on One Piece, Sanji had to have a lollipop in his mouth, because as you know, during that time, television was very sensitive. Because 4Kids only really broadcast on basic channels. So this also explains anime that was being played on Cartoon Network. You see, back then in the day, cable was a big thing. There wasn't no demand in Netflix. It was cable. HBO and Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. This was cable, and cable was a big thing. So cable, the rules were loosened a bit more. So however, on basic TV, everyone had basic channels. Since everyone had basic channels, they had to edit the crap out of everything to do with anime, and even some movies. And that's what people don't understand. Back in the day, things were very sensitive. People would flip out over the stupidest things that happened on TV back then. I mean, a lot. You won't believe how many times lawsuits were passed around because of some stupid little shit that happened on TV. A lot, people. And I mean a lot. So during this time, even during the time when on Pokemon, when instead of a rice ball rolling down, it was a sandwich, because the rice ball was Japanese. It was Japanese culture, so therefore they knew that the people, the parents, they want nothing to do with it. I know it sounds stupid, but look who you're talking to. You're talking about mankind, parents. The people who flip out over the littlest things will blame and point the finger at anything that they seem suspicious, so they won't take the blame for it instead. That's just how it works, people. That's just how it goes. So, now that you understand that, you understand the dubbing. The dubbing has always been horrible during that time. Most of the dubbing in anime was just terrible in the first place, because they couldn't really hire really good voice actors. They were on a low budget, people. Cut them some slack. The editing now you understand about the editing. The editing needed to be done. In fact, if 4Kids did not do this, the introduction to anime would have been delayed. Meaning, majority of people of today would not be really watching anime right now because it didn't come out with their childhood. People knew if that they implanted these shows into us during our childhood that we would want to watch them today, and which is what's going on. Every child in the 90s and the early 2000s loves anime because it was being produced during that time. It all thanks to who? 4Kids. I know 4Kids took the hit. They took the shot, the bullet, the target because they knew that if they didn't do it now, no one would probably not many would like it later. And they were right. Pokemon was extremely popular. Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Ball Z was on Toonami, so I can't count them. Sorry. So all the shows are pretty much being produced on the WB and Fox Kids that had Japanese culture in it, and it was taken out is because of 4Kids. I know right now what they did right now seems stupid during this time where TV is more relaxed and everything can go away. I understand that, but you have to understand that TV back then was more butt tight. They couldn't do where they want back then. You have to understand that. So every time you see a post of someone shit talking about 4Kids, show them this video. Tell them that they did what they had to do in order for us to watch anime right now. They took a big hit for us, and all they things to get in the end is for them to get constantly shit posted on. I know right now they probably don't care because what they did is over with and they don't care, but still, inform people, because the more you know, the further you go in life. Don't be ignorant. Anyways, that's all I have to say about this. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a better understanding of 4Kids in the time it came up from. So yeah, I hope you got something from this. And if you did, please drop a like, rate, comment, subscribe, share if you could. I'll be much obliged. This is Crown on Manime. Sign out.